You know Apple for its success stories. The iPhone, the Mac, the Apple Watch. But what if I told you that some of Apple's biggest service launches, some backed by billions of dollars, almost failed? Not just minor flops, but services that were so confusing, clunky, or unwanted that Apple either quietly buried them or had to completely rebuild them from scratch. So today, we're diving into the Apple services that were this close to total disaster, yet somehow are still standing. Let's get into it. When Apple Arcade launched in 2019, it promised to revolutionize mobile gaming. No ads, no microtransactions, just premium games in a sea of free-to-play clutter. But there was a problem. The games were charming, sure, but they weren't addictive. Most users didn't even know Arcade existed, and the ones who tried it, they barely stuck around. Developers quietly complained about unclear payment models, and Apple, they just kept pushing games without much fanfare. Today, Arcade is still around, but it's more of a background service, bundled into Apple One. It had the budget and the potential, but never captured the audience. News Plus sounded brilliant on paper. Access to hundreds of magazines and premium outlets, all in one place. But the experience was clunky. You couldn't search across publications. The layouts felt stripped down. And honestly, it just didn't feel like reading real journalism. Most people already get news for free, from Safari, Google, or Twitter. And the publishers? They weren't thrilled either. Apple took a significant revenue cut, without offering a meaningful audience boost. Result? News Plus still exists. But how often do you hear anyone talk about it? It's bundled, it's buried, and it's barely breathing. When Apple dropped Google Maps and launched its own navigation app in 2012, the world laughed. Warped buildings, incorrect routes, missing landmarks. It was so bad. Tim Cook had to issue a public apology. He even recommended users switch back to Google Maps. Ouch. But here's the twist. Instead of giving up, Apple quietly rebuilt it. From scratch. They hired thousands of people. They mapped cities with cars, planes, and data sets you've never heard of. Today, Apple Maps is solid, but it took almost 10 years to go from meme to reliable. That's not innovation. That's damage control, done right. In 2020, Apple introduced Apple One, a mega bundle. iCloud, Music, News Plus, Arcade, Fitness Plus, and more. On paper, genius. One price, multiple services. But in practice, most users don't need half of what's included. Some don't even realize they're subscribed. And managing it? Confusing. Instead of simplifying Apple's ecosystem, it added noise. Ask 10 Apple users if they use Apple One. 8 of them will say, "What's that?" That's not failure, but it's far from success. Fitness Plus was Apple's answer to Peloton, YouTube workouts, and home gyms. With curated sessions, expert trainers, and seamless Apple Watch integration, it had potential. But here's the issue. It launched late, with minimal marketing, and during a time when people were already locked into their favorite fitness routines. Even though the tech was smooth, it didn't feel essential. Most users ignored it. Apple bundled it into Apple One and slowly backed away from promoting it heavily. It's still there, but it never led the fitness revolution like Apple hoped. Apple TV Plus had a massive launch. Billions spent. A-list stars. Emmy-winning shows. But one major issue. No back catalog. You open the app, and after a few original shows, you ran out of things to watch. Compared to Netflix or Disney Plus, it felt empty. Apple's content was high quality, but the platform lacked depth. And the slow release schedule didn't help. Today, it's grown, slowly. But for a long time, TV Plus hovered on the edge of irrelevant. Even now, many users get it for free with device purchases and still forget to watch it. In 2021, Apple launched a cheaper version of Apple Music called the Voice Plan, just $4.99 a month. The catch? You could only control it with Siri. No full access to playlists, no browsing, just voice. Sounds futuristic, right? Except most users don't want to talk to Siri every time they want to hear a song. The idea flopped, quietly. Most people didn't even know it existed, and those who tried it gave up quickly. Apple still offers it, but it's one of the most forgettable services in the lineup. In 2023, Apple rolled out Apple Pay Later, a buy now, pay later option to compete with Klarna and Affirm. The pitch? Break purchases into 4 payments. No interest, no fees. Sounds simple enough. But within a year, Apple shut it down, deciding to partner with third-party lenders instead. Why? Likely because managing debt and regulations was too messy, even for Apple. It's rare for Apple to launch a product and kill it so quickly. This one was a clear retreat. So what do all these services have in common? They weren't bad ideas. In fact, most of them were brilliant on paper. But between clumsy rollouts, weak marketing, and confusing user experience, Apple nearly lost them all. Some survived thanks to bundles, some got rebuilt, and some just faded into the background. But here's the thing. Apple doesn't fear failure. They quietly fix what's broken, or let it disappear without fanfare. And that might be the smartest move of all. So which one of these did you actually use? Which one shocked you most?